I was misinformed. Just you and us tonight. Getting low here. How's it going? Pretty good.
That's fair. That really long name. The really long name. Our initials are PC. Yep. Oh, no. Check it out. Are you have some too? What? Whoa! I want to hear that story. No, okay, because I went to a restaurant and I was like, I wasn't even a server. I only got like tips and like servers have to give you tips. And so I always got like one. And so like one night I brought like a stack of ones because I like forgot to bring them in. I'm like, I'm positive. Oh,
What's cool?
I need to get together. Here's the TV show.
Hey girls, how's it going? Good. Good to see you. Did you guys have running today?
Should I take your watches? George from the team, his dad helps out here. I don't know his last name.
It's
Anyway.
Whitbeck.
Okay, he did the course walk together and he said that maybe after Christmas might be a chance for Carter to try and meet.
Yeah.
He said you'll have a parent meeting coming up.
Yeah.
Either should I take you?
It'll be here.
You guys will start off this year like 2 weeks.
Yeah, just take it one at a time. Really.
See how one goes.
Yeah, that's what I would recommend. We'll find.
You'll have a meeting and
We'll have a meeting that can explain, but there'll be like rookie.
Your watch. No, coach said you can't have
Which ones? What are you looking for? Yeah, you can't wear your watch. You might get broken,
Plus, it
or
needs to be charged.
and then you want to forget it like Carter does sometimes. Be left without it, huh? Gotta really lace them.
Well, he's getting a birthday present. He's getting new wrestling shoes.
Oh, good.
And they're strapped because these are getting knots.
Yeah. That's exciting. Oh, I like these Velcro ones. That's the way to go, huh? I don't know why they don't make more of these.
Especially for her.
I like your socks
Yeah, it
too.
was really, really nice.
Where did you see him at then?
His son runs cross country.
Oh,
with us,
okay.
and You have to do what's called a forest walk, so before you run the route, you have to walk it. So they end up doing like a little mile.
Oh, wow.
Ages group only does a mile and a quarter, so then each one, anyway. I talked to.
Okay, that's, did he recognize, or did he have like, how'd you guys know that he was
He
involved in
said
wrestling?
something about, he goes, oh yeah, you're part of this wrestling with here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. He goes, oh, I help out. And I didn't recognize him.
I see, yeah, small world.
Let's go. Socks on.
Oh, that's cool. Hey, how's everybody doing? Going good, good to see ya. Good luck there. Hey, what's going on,
I
guys?
saw the flyer, but I didn't read it close. When's Tervelco?
November,
Let's see if Gabe wants to go there.
14th, yeah, you should.
That would be a good way to kind of
Yeah, it's kind
kick
of
off this
exciting.
season. Yeah.
Yeah, so just put that out last night, so that'll be cool. He does a good job. So I take Jack down to Lincoln every Thursday. And he does a personal with him for an hour.
Oh, wow.
And,
Were you there at Carney at the same time as him?
so not really. Like when he was a true freshman, I was like the graduate assistant coach, and then I left, and then that's when he moved into the lineup. Because when he first came there, he was his true freshman year. He wrestled 184 actually.
Is this we had these at home.
Are those the same ones?
I think we got them from here.
Oh,
So we'll put them back.
yeah. Just rotate. His feet are growing. And a little more. Let's pull you up there. There you go. Sounds good. Yeah. How much more football does he have?
I'm not sure.
They
It
winding.
can't be much. He's got a game at 5:30 today.
Okay.
And then I think playoffs have to be.
I think
coming up
so.
soon. 'Cause he's had 6 or 7 games. I don't know how many they have.
Yeah, he's usually like, I thought it's usually like around 8.
Yeah.
Can't find my,
Which one's the hard one?
You're not working on.
Oh, she really took it? Yeah. I was joking. I was like, you better
You
take
know
it.
what's this?
Oh my gosh, you did a Hannah too?
I don't know. Yeah,
So did we, and I did Hannah practice, so that's why
You still got
It's very
Sneaky.
Come on, you gotta sit up, please.
Sneaky.
It's not gonna work that way.
Jordan.
like.
Well, last week she was sick. So, I don't know.
You don't. I know it looks like.
Wait, do you want me to dislocate it? Just 5-minute craft. I'm like 5-minute crafts.
All right, sit up. So you got one of your feet that's like, yeah, like bigger around than the other one.
It'll be fine. And if it breaks, fine.
Fine.
In sign language.
Oh, my God.
Wait, what? Happy birthday in sign. We are just all in it and we give you some time. So, yeah. Yeah, we don't see that. The only franchise
Hey, what's going on?
is not.
Good. Just look at my little Kansas. Yeah. A lot going on around here.
Yeah, no, she's right. Okay.
Oh, wow, that one just went on like butter.
Wait, that would be. Yeah, it's just different. It's easier to go left instead.
That was the pumpkin patch.
It's so much easier, dude.
Good.
Yeah, no, I was like,
That's a 3. And that's a 3.
I will literally spike from my Yes. Okay.
Where's your, get your other shoes, let's put them in the back there. Over there, for some reason. I don't even know how they got there, quite honestly.
Like I want to try I'll shave your head off. I mean, wait, I'll shave your hair off. I couldn't decide if I want to say I'll shave your head off or shave your hair off.
Pretty talented. Oh, that's what back in? Oh, that's a.
I did
Oh,
that the other day.
you're killing me with that. You're like a spider. It looks like a spider.
I was like, oh, yeah, I wanted to go.
Really?
No gymnastics, right?
Oh, really? And follow the. That's pretty cool.
Very beginning.
Show them the one where you like rotate over. You're in that pose and then you. Oh, yeah.
You can get all the way over to the.
She'll go back and then she'll like. Just do it right here. Do the thing where you flip over.
Spider walk is exactly what that is.
Yeah, and then like.
Walking.
Wait. There we go.
Oh,
Now wait, so you can flip like that.
that is amazing. Dang. That's pretty awesome, man. I'm impressed. You know, if I did that, we'd have to call an ambulance. I'd probably be in a wheelchair.
Well, see, I have.
It's a little
You
joke.
know me when I.
We're about ready to go.
Yes, girl, I was there for time.
Ready to go?
So yeah, I know how difficult it is to
I walked through the prime of that time. You
What's
had.
up, dude? Show us your spider walk. Drop it back.
I
can see it. All the way
It was so bad, dude. Nobody told me this.
It was so bad. Going on that. So I like no, I thought it was the time of fashion.
Yeah, no, we all did.
Like,
We all did. We were like, oh my gosh, it's so trendy, and all the girls would come up and be like, oh my gosh.
you're so inspired.
And I looked back and I'm like, I look like a
No, literally. I have to do this and you and John Paul.
Well, you're gonna have to pay really good attention to show them over.
I even feel it was
That?
the last one.
Hey, we'll get going here in a minute. We got a couple others filtering in. Such want? Maybe. Maybe. We do not want to fight 5v5.
Yep, we do.
Everybody spreads out. 5 quick sit-ups. You know that one? Do that one, I think.
I mean, that was a fun year. That was the year.
Here, I'll help. I'll go to the wheelbarrow.
That was the year.
You got halfway.
Good.
Very last one.
No, like this.
The only time I was
This.
the last week of the last year.
I'll show you.
Yep. So now I have to stick with
You gonna both the wheelbarrow?
No.
You gotta walk.
I said, I have to go back.
So if you do that.
Hey, I think we'll go ahead and just start off with a little game because there's probably something that's so filtered in. Hey, girls, stop. So hey, we'll get going here. It's 5:02, and we'll just take a little time up between 5 and 5, get warmed up, get the blood pumping, get a little sweat going, and see if anybody else shows up. Otherwise, we got see everybody back here that's here, and we'll get down to work. So everybody remember what this is? It's dodgeball. It's everybody for themselves, right? If you get hit, 5 good push-ups, Back to the sit-ups or crunches, and then boom, you're back in the game. Okay. Normal dodgeball rules, like somebody catches it or hits somebody head. But the only other rule is, this is a warm-up, so we don't let anybody just stand around and just kind of watch, even if you're not getting chased or chasing somebody. You kind of got to be these kind of shuffling moves in, moving around the room. Okay. Coach will see you standing around. We'll call you out and say, Daly, you're not moving 5 and 5, and you got to do them anyway. She never would be caught standing around, but that was just as an example, right? All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 5 and 5. We're going.
Why would you do that? Oh my God. Wait. This will be right.
Oh, okay.
Dude, you can be serious. You're really terrified. I'm sorry.
That's slacking off.
You and I went to your house.
Oh no.
Crunches.
Bring up Ed.
Move it.
Do not bring up Edna mode in this context. Ow!
I know.
Wait till they get up. Wait till they're done.
I hate you.
I'm sorry.
Good. Good stuff.
No.
Good.
Yeah.
You can do whatever kind of push-ups you want. Get them in. Get the grip on it. Get back up. Get them back up. Oh. Just getting caught in the line of fire down there. Hey, we'll go 1 more minute here. Keep moving. Your sister every Saturday?
Come on, kiss me. I
You guys gotta stick together.
don't have.
Oh
my God.
There we go. Keep moving around. Oh. I don't know how long that.
Yes, I hate corns. But I don't have beard juice.
There you go. Keep moving, Daly. Move those feet.
I just got that.
10 seconds. 10 seconds left. Last roll. 4, 3, 2, 1.
We all.
Hey, next time, if you have a ball, just roll it down here. We'll pick them up. Then we'll start talking. Start talking down. There we go. Nice and easy. Hey, pace yourself, girls. You're not at track anymore. No. Nice and easy. Go ahead, skip it. Oh, thanks, guys. Back to our job. I need 3 feet. I need to go. Quick. All right, switch up kicks. Let me see. Show us what you got. Quick. Yeah, back to the job.
Sorry.
All right, hey, we'll shuffle up high. Facing the inside. Line up those feet. Those arms up high. Turn around, same thing, fix them up. Line up those feet. Back to our duck. Okay, wide our space. We're going to try to do 3 forward rolls, okay? So we'll come our chin, hands by our ears. Roll. Try to get all the way up your feet if you can. There you go. Like a ninja. Good. Once you got your three, go back to your job. All right, hey, now we're going to take things backwards, okay? You're not comfortable going straight back. Just go back over your shoulder. Go down, get right here. Roll it. If you're not comfortable doing that, just kind of roll up your shoulder. There you go, good. Tuck and roll. There you go, good.
I cannot do that. I can't even like this.
And then we'll just walk it after for a minute.
I just do this.
Everyone's like here, we got talents in this.
She's doing gymnastics. She's so
Me? No, you want physics.
She said, I am physics.
Just breathing back down. Hey, let's take a minute now. If you need to get a drink or bathroom or anything, then we'll do like 2 minutes self stretch. Good job. Yeah. Gilman won the world? You won. Champion. World champ.
There's no hair on my knees because I'm on my knees at work so much. And all the hair, look at that. That's where I'm always on my knees. The spot.
Raise it out. Hey, okay, yeah, I knew it was getting low. I got the other one here. Water bottles are
My face hurts from his back.
they're not refreshing.
Yeah,
Hey,
you
we'll
were.
take till about 5:11 or 5:12 to stretch. So just stretch out on your own. We'll get down to business. Fix it.
Very bad.
Go put it up on top. Whatever. You got it. Get it?
I'll walk up. You're doing it.
Yeah, you do your opposite leg. There you go.
Oh, okay, nice. Who's my fourth now?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Just like that. How do you do this? Back in action, girls. Thanks for your help. Well, this way, it might need to like
Everybody else is doing
oh,
it.
yeah, push these buttons here. This way. Get a good stretch, shoulders, neck, legs back.
It's right. Yeah.
Coach has us do it for throwing a lot.
I do prone too. Yeah, I know that, but you're not in there yet. You're an honorary
Yeah.
I am.
I'm spiritual Mary.
Oh, about the market. I'm
making sure that I can marry a girl.
Yeah.
She goes to her.
See, I went to well with this. But it's too late. Because, I mean,
That's how we.
obviously I'm not tall. So if I were to be a type, I'd have to be able to jump to the toilet. He's jumping over.
Right.
I wish I'm a break. I still did it. I was busy trying to figure out
Oh my God.
what was going on. Now we also have like 80 different like jerk names.
Give her the grand welcome she deserves. Got Game Boy?
I'm getting Mario.
I was gonna say, there's Mario on there. I hear you. I know.
We just want to stop by.
Yeah, you got
Check
something?
up on my
Some of the crew here.
Hey,
Hey, so hey, let's go ahead and get going. All right, so hey, listen up. So we're just gonna go right back to, start off with a little bit of warm up here, wrestling warm up, right? And so first thing begins that stance and motion. So really focus on staying in good position or good stance, and then obviously our motion is moving and changing directions while we do that. Okay, and so we'll go maybe about a minute on this. Now, kind of the next step to this, right? After we get used to changing directions, keeping our feet wide, keeping that lead leg, circling different directions like a pivot, right? The next kind of step is, trying to evolve and trying to turn this into like a make-believe wrestling match, okay? And so, after we get that down, we've talked a little bit about pushing and pulling, right, and snapping, and we're fighting for wrist. And so start incorporating some of those things in there, right? You can hit the penetration step, hit your sprawl, some of those things too. But that's kind of the next step of, why we do this is we're kind of imagining like we're having a match with somebody. So we're getting our hands above, hand fighting, moving them around while staying in that good base, okay? So we got the whole room, let's spread out. We'll go a minute. Keep those feet wide. Remember, don't go backwards, okay? Forward, left, right, circle right. Or we can pivot. Light on your feet. Short, choppy steps. And go ahead, let's get our good stance ready to begin. Go about a minute here. Get those hands up front. Ready to tap and defend. Circle right. Push it. Pull it. Good. Stay low. Stay low and bend those legs. Good. Level change. Good level changes. Come on, that's perfect. We got 30 seconds left. Stay down. Stay this way.
It's gonna be burning. Stay down though.
It should be burning a little bit. That means you're in good position. Get a little tight.
Stay down before it starts.
Stay down, stay low, 10 seconds. Hands up front. Good. Good. And time. Go ahead, stand up. Take it out if you need to. If your lower back and your hamstrings weren't feeling kind of tight there towards the end, maybe you're really good shape in that position, right? Or you're doing it wrong. So, that's why we do that so much too, is to train these muscles, because it's not natural to stay down like this for a long period of time, especially when you start moving, pushing, and pulling, right? So, I think we'll do a quick little kind of a game drill here, real fast. That kind of involves our stance of motion, but also, a couple times I was saying, keep those hands in front. Want our hands in front, either ready to attack or also, to defend, okay? And so we're gonna kind of switch gears, going towards our lines of defense. If you remember, our first two is head and hands, and that's why I want to be low, have my head out, have my hands out, trying to get a lot of space, a lot of things in the way of my legs here, right? And so we'll go like a little 30-second game where basically we're gonna be using our stance or motion, our hand fighting, and all we're trying to do is tag the other person's leg, right? At the point. But I'm keeping my hands low. Trying to look, if I have this wrist, you can't get mine, right? Get it. So it's also using my hand fighting. That's down, get it. So you can use that. But see, we can also use our hand fighting to do that too. Our level changes, trying to smack the other person's leg at a point, okay? So find somebody about your size. Doesn't really matter actually. Just find a big kid or a little kid. Match up. We're not really good at wrestling, so. And I want you two to mix in with these two today too, okay? So more partners. Everybody got one? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm just staying away from the long arms too. You can get your from across the room there. Hey, that's why you gotta keep your hands down. All right, so hey, get in your good position, right? Hey, the lower I am, it's gonna be a lot harder to get my legs here than if I was here. Get low, get those hands out front. Keep your own score. Yeah, it's supposed to be at the same time. So you gotta try to get theirs while you protect yours. Ready, begin. Yeah, just try to tag it this point. Somebody go through your legs.
Get your hands up. Wrist control. Grab her wrist. Grab her wrist. Grab her wrist and then snap her leg. Hand marks on the
Good. Grab the wrist, the ground. Done. Everybody keep your own score? We're not gonna worry about it, right? Sometimes we'll have to do some push-ups. Hey, I wanna make a point that we're gonna do this one more time. We'll get one more partner, do it again. And so I was down here talking a little bit, saying, find an angle, right? And so just the same thing in wrestling. A lot of times when we start doing our hand fighting for setups, I'm trying to find an angle to attack, right? Instead of coming straight on. This is where my opponents will be their strongest, especially, in their core here between their hips and their chest, right? And so like if I want to grab a coach's legs, realistically, a better option than just doing this, a lot of times might be pulling this wrist, coming here, and then do it, right? And then he's not as strong as the bend. So I want you to think about that the next little game that we do, the same game with a new partner. Instead of just coming in here straight on and trying to reach, right? I start going this way, then back this way, changing directions on them, looking for angles, okay? Maybe I'm moving this way to come in here. Instead of just coming straight on, start looking to move your feet one way, other way, and kind of trick them a little bit, looking for angles, okay? So we'll just do one more of these. Get a new partner, somebody new. Why don't you guys switch it up? You can go here. You can go with. You're gonna have to really breathe to see those legs when they're pretty far away. All right, so here we go. We'll go one more, 30 seconds. And begin. Good. Defense too, right? You grab those wrists and control. Take it lower. Hey, good, Daly. Lock with those hands up. Get in there a little closer. Make contact. There you go. That's a good one. Yes. And time. All right, good job. All right, so hey, we're gonna get into a little bit of review here, and then I got a new technique I want to go over on speed. It kind of ties into the first one I want to review, and then we'll go back and review last week. We started working on that elbow chop right on the top position. The first thing I want to do is, because I don't know if this might have been since week 1 or 2 that I haven't got back to it. The first actual takedown we taught in here, if you guys remember, was called a front headlock to a go behind. Okay, so I want to get back to that real quick because, it's because it's a really, really important fundamental technique that you're going to find yourself in almost every match, either in a front headlock or grabbing a front headlock or something, because we can use it as an offensive technique where I'm snapping down into it, or if coach takes an attack and I use the down block, I can end up in that front headlock. So we always want to have lots of options and be real comfortable scoring from there and defending, okay? And so the first thing we'll work on is just getting to snap into the front headlock and then doing our post block go behind, okay? And so if you remember, one of the hand fighting techniques we use, we call it inside control, where that means my arms are inside. One of them is double bicep. The other one is called head and bicep, right? So I got the head, and then the other hand is kind of wrapped around his neck. And really important that my elbow is down towards the mat, not here, okay? Just like the other one, if I'm on double bicep, same thing. I'm doing push and pull, or push, pull, snap, or push, pull, circle. I'm going to push, just for the sake right now. I'm going to pull and snap. And when I snap, remember, there's 2 things I'm looking for in my hand placement: chin and armpit, okay? Now, not really deep, that sounds gross, but just right behind the arm here, on the tricep, basically. Okay, so when I go to snap, it's the hand that's on the neck. It's gonna flip underneath, grab the chin, and at the same time, my shoulder is gonna replace that hand. So I'm still holding down. So it's not gonna work if I snap and do this, right? There's nothing here holding him. He's just gonna get away. So it's here. Okay, right here. Push, pull, and just come right over the top with the shoulder and catching that chin. Now the other hand is basically just gonna slide around to the back, right? It was on the bicep. As I snap, this one comes to the back tricep and squeezing those elbows. All right, so for you guys, the hand on the bicep as I pull, it's just sliding behind, elbows in, and kind of in this position right here. You know, before we get too far ahead, let's just have each of you with your partners do that twice. You'll come in and grab a collar tie, or head bicep right, we'll push, we'll pull, and we're gonna snap down into our front headlock position right here. Let's just do that twice each wrestler so we kind of take a look and see, make sure we got that down. If we can go over 3, or these girls can kind of rotate somehow. All right, good. Push in.
Go ahead, you guys. Go ahead. Sorry.
Right now. Back.
So one wrestler has the hand on the back of the hand. Snap it out. You have your shoulder on the back of the neck. This to get on top. To the back of the That's right. Tie up. Grab that for head. Shove the head down, right over the top. You still want to grab behind this arm here? Make sure you don't shoulder. Make sure you don't. Bring your wrist to your shoulder. Push your head down as you do it. Yeah, there you go. That's nice. Now, over the top and around the chin. No, that one. There you go. And then your behind arm there.
We're looking down here, guys. Getting that okay?
Yeah.
What do we need?
That's the
But she's still working on it.
Let's see. So let's grab them. Collar ties. Let's grab them around her neck. Yep. And so the other one, we should check it.
like your feet spread apart here.
So as you push first, and as you pull, this hand is going to come underneath your chin. Your shoulder is going to go back.
What we want to do is snap your head down there, get up behind that top. Who's going to do that?
Or just don't even worry about the other stuff right now. Just grab her and get to that. Good. Yep.
Whichever hand you want. So you're going to snap and push the head down.
That's good.
Right there. Push your head down. Stay right there.
All right, hey, let's keep moving forward. Right, let's look at the general movement down. Coach, come on over here. All right, so now we're going to talk about scoring. Okay. Now, some of you, you know, if you do this well, right, you're gonna pull right down to their hands, right, and snap them down. Some of you guys are doing that, and that's ideal actually. If that doesn't happen, you know, some of these runs are pretty tough. We just get to this point. Now I got to do that for them. It's basically kind of like that sprawl motion, right? We're going to sprawl, but I'm going to pull them down. I really want to get their hands on the mat. Look at their elbows on the mat even better. And once I get to this point, right? The other thing is when I go to snap, and there's a lot of little places where we're going to have to go quickly. But when I'm really doing this, I wouldn't want to leave my legs out front here, right? I wouldn't want to go here and leave that leg where you can grab it down the trouble. So if I do have a lead leg out there, right? See how I get my butt back, get that leg back so it's not in danger. But when we get to that point now, we'll go ahead and pull him to the mat. Okay, just kind of sprawling back here. Now I need to be comfortable putting my weight on him. Some of you guys are, new to wrestling, you're not comfortable. You're doing kind of like this, right? My butt's in the air, or even here where there's space. I need to hold them down here. So my shoulder is right between those shoulder blades, right on the back of the neck. Still got the chin, but I'm back here putting a lot of weight here. Okay. Now we're just gonna go block, go behind. We're not even worried about the post. The post would be if my opponent's still reaching up and I need to get his arm down. I would post, block, go behind. But right now, we're just gonna pull them to the mat, but we're not gonna have to worry about the post. We're just gonna go block, go behind, okay? Now the hand that's gonna block is the hand that's on the chin. So why don't everybody come over here so you can kind of see that a little better. You guys come a little closer, because this is where you're gonna get confused. And you guys, I don't know if I remember the last time too. Because I need to get, basically the hand that's on the chin, I need to get to where this hand is. So this hand can come around and either attack a leg or a hip with support, okay? Now the trick is, I need to get that hand there without taking my weight. If I do this to do this, they're gone. So I need to, these girls got a good view, but you guys might take a knee, take it steady down here. While my weight's on, I need to kind of roll my forearm over the top to get it there. You see what I'm doing? Okay? So without bringing my weight up, it's going to just kind of sneak here. Look how I'm still staying heavy, right? So it's going to be here, and then, they'll usually be circling trying to get away, so I'll need to get a hip, get a leg, get something to control, to get my points, okay? So that's where it'll feel weird at first, right? And a lot of you guys are going to be going like, all right, you said to do, you'll be like, doing a lot of this stuff, bringing it over. No, I've got to come. And there's one coach I hear says, a little bit pat your belly, whatever that means. So you're kind of making, I think is rolling my forearm over the top to block this. And then we get everything. Does that make sense? It'll probably feel weird, but we'll help you once you get it. But we'll go through the whole thing real quick. And then we're going to go to another quick from that position. Okay, so we'll push, pull, front headlock, snap it down. And now I need to block, circle, cover, and points. Okay? Let's give it a shot, see how it goes. We clap it, David? All right, 1, 2. Yeah. It's always opposite. It's always opposite. All right, so someone grab a bicep. So now, yes, certainly good. Yeah, that was good. Good job keeping that weight on. So important. Good. Good. Okay. Wait, come put your chest up on the back. Hey, we're gonna take that now. This hand, you go down. So right here, here. This hand, I want you to grab. I want you to reach up and the hand circle around. Block. That's more realistic. Yeah, let's get that arm. Once you get back here, then you can go right there. Right arm, reach up. Now you have to push down that elbow. Good. Good. Hey, reach through it. Yeah, keep doing like that for a couple of weeks. I'll be fine.
you see my hair?
Where's it?
Now.
Hurry up, let's go.
She will control you.
Oh.
That's it. Take that.
Come around and get your side tackle. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you were, yeah. You might.
It was three. Yeah.
Hey, that's time. That's time. So hey, like I said, we're gonna go over one more technique here, okay? And then I think we'll go some live. Then we'll switch to top position, all right? Just to make this easy, right? We're not gonna go through the whole thing. We're just gonna go with our partner. They're down here. I'm just gonna grab chin and tricep, right? Like I snap them down. That's where we'll start. Now, and this works really well, especially with wrestlers from underneath us that keep driving and reaching their arms up, right? And it's a move that you know, it's not real like high tech or anything, but it's real popular with little kids because it works well. But it's also, there's a lot of moves that work for little kids that don't work when you get to high school, college. This is one. It's not, you're not gonna hit it every match, but you'll see it like when you watch college wrestling and even like international wrestling. And so we call it a whip over, okay? And so it's a move where we're putting them on their back from that position, right? And so here's what it looks like. I have my chin, and now my hand is on the outside right now. I'm gonna do something called an underhook. Why don't everybody come over here just to make it easier, so otherwise I feel like somebody's missing out. And again, it's not really super complicated, but there are some little points that'll help us out, okay? So I got the chin, I got the tricep. Now, like I said, I'm gonna do something called an underhook, which means I'm gonna bring my arm and come underneath, okay? Right now, I've got about my elbow kind of an armpit. When I actually go do this, I want to try to get my shoulder as deep as I can. But basically what it's going to look like is, once I bring that underneath, I'm going to step up that outside leg. And I go to right? And that causes a lot of pressure and makes it harder for him to fight. Okay? So right here, chin tricep. I'm going to come underneath kind of like uppercut. Remember, I'm stepping up, throwing this across the back. Rotate, rotate, rotate. I never let go of the chin, right? Throw this. And I'm just for me not knowing what to do down there. Being aggressive. He throws a lot of trouble. Let's give it a couple goes with our partner. And then go some live, all right? Once you just start underneath, we'll save some time that way. Yeah, this one again. So here, somebody in front of me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just no underneath so much. So go down and you're alive.
No, right here. So go underneath.
Don't worry, I'll be fine.
Now, your left hand, come underneath the
the front.
Yeah, don't have your glasses.
There you go. It's pretty easy.
When you're driving, you want to take your arm and try to let your arm. So as you're going, yeah, you'll get the hook right where you have on that. As you're going, eventually you want your arm. Because the higher her arm is up here, the less likely she can put down the body.
We love that chin, but you want to be all the way back. Yeah, keep that chin. Yeah.
I mean, you always want to try to get that underfoot in. So as you're going, just keep trying to reach around the other side of your legs.
Get that, get that, drop, grab, you know, that's tight, huh? I felt tight. Look tight.
You're on the right, you're small.
Sorry.
And you're going to go.
You're gonna try. Once you let go, you lost. Got it. Grab it. Grab it all the way across.
You don't want to, you're not trying to grab it out, but you're trying to rotate and drive it. It's like doing now, you want to double it, you're not going to circle it. It's the same concept.
That's gonna be all the way around. Put some weight on it. Don't be scared. Be on your toes. Now, you're on your toes.
There you go. Good.
Hey, why don't you,
Yeah, and you're gonna have
Just
all
look a
your
little
weight.
slower too, you know?
Yeah.
Just kind of like, winder down.
Oh my gosh.
Good, so now we speak like that. But look,
Then we get her on.
that'll help. You ain't going nowhere. You're gonna be here. You feel good. You want that.
And then you're on.
All right, anytime. I think we kind of got the general motion down there. Hey, again, that's one, it's gonna be there a lot, okay? I wanna cover, we're not gonna drill it, I'm just gonna show you something real quick, and then we'll go live, okay? A couple of live goes, but we'll go from, maybe a couple from this front headlock position. But I just wanna real quick, you know, it's only fair whenever we talk about some of this stuff, sometimes we forget as coaches, we just talk about offense, but you know, how to get out of a front headlock, how to defend it. Okay, there's lots of different ways, but one easy one that I'll just bring up here is controlling this elbow, right? The handle's got my chin. If I didn't get control of this elbow, get tight, it's gonna take away a lot of options for this wrestler, right? They can't go behind me if I got their arm. Now, I don't wanna stay down there for a long time, just hold on to their elbow and thinking I'm safe, and eventually they're gonna figure something out. But I'm gonna show an elbow pass, okay? Which basically means I'll attack this elbow that's tight here, right? And I'm gonna look away. Go ahead and get off this for a second. As I'm in that position, I'm gonna attack that elbow. I'm gonna look away. I'm gonna turn my shoulders, and I'm gonna try to pass. I'm not pulling back, right? I'm looking away and trying to slide that elbow or that hand, that arm off my head. Okay? There's kind of two steps there. Now, really, I would also be circling. I'm taking outside steps really circle to do it because they're not just gonna let go of it. Okay? But that's just an elbow pass, right? We work on coming in here and going into attacks in there. That's a little more than we need to talk about it right now, but just so somebody kind of knows if we do get in that position, that's an option we have, is to get control of this elbow, right? I'm gonna look away, I'm gonna slide it across, and I'm gonna turn my shoulders right here, and I'm holding on to it so I'm kind of clear, right? And it's gonna be a lot harder than that match. I might have to really fight to get that out, but the first thing is really get control of that elbow, right? And we can do drag, we've got other things we can do there. And let's go this way, let's screw this in. Okay, I'm gonna grab this, I'm gonna circle, I'm gonna look in, I'm also turn my shoulders and extend it to slide that off. Good. We'll go a couple live goes, right? So we'll beat up on each other a little here. We'll just go bring our feet later. Since we've been working this front headlock, we'll start with one wrestler has chin and tricep on her feet. We'll go 45 seconds and we'll switch and let the other wrestler wrestle from that position, okay? So if you got somebody that's good to go live with, go ahead and spread out, find your spot. Otherwise, I mean, I think we're okay probably with these groups. So let's go ahead and get set, get ready in that position. Up on our feet though.
Yeah.
So go ahead and get up on your feet and get in that position like I was coach there. So we got chin and arm.
Why don't y'all three just rotate in and out?
Yeah,
Just pick one person to do it.
we'll switch it up. Yeah, good plan. Okay.
I'll go down first. So it's my watch. You guys see what I thought. Yeah.
All right, so listen, if you got your partner, go ahead and just grab it. Got chin, I got arm. That's where we're gonna start. Good. Good. Somebody grab that chin. That's where we're gonna start live from. Okay, we'll go 45 seconds and we'll switch the other person. We'll get that position. Ready, wrestle.
Don't let her do that. We're going live. We're going live. Don't let her do that. I was hoping you would let me do that. All right, you can start over. I'll tell you when you go. Go ahead and start over. Ready? There you go. Girl, try to get your arm.
Lift your head up. If you fight like that, you can always lift your head up, your neck up, your shoulders up. You don't go over.
I don't know what. Sorry, I worked.
Oh, my 8 seconds.
So instead of holding it like that.
And time.
So
Make it done. Now we'll switch. Other wrestlers be in the same position now.
if you want, you can
Don't just hold
So your goal is to get under the ground.
All right, hey, go ahead and switch. Other wrestlers got that chin, got that arm. Here we go. Ready, wrestle. Hey, control that elbow underneath.
Kick back and roll. You don't go back up.
Hold on, let's start over. So when you get here,
Got your hands up.
Yeah, Gabby, you got it. You got it. Okay.
Big shot, big step.
so when you're like that, your goal is to lay back, push it out.
Okay.
So what we learned before is you push, pulling, push it down in your front.
Oh, you got out of that?
Hey, go back up first. You're not back and go back. You're talking for that.
You got it.
Nice. Get that helmet outside. Your feet.
There you go.
Keep going. No.
Time. Hey, good job. Hey, let's get a quick drink. Need a drink? Take some water.
You get a good shot.
It's open to
Then you kind of got there, and then what you got.
push it to the top. Your shoulder,
Make
you
sure you
try
try
to
to
curve.
go You grab your forward, turn the corner of your head.
I mean, it's a.
I'm already winning. I'm already winning. I like the pants because they have orange on them. That's all.
Like that?
We're always at opposite matches. Okay, since it was a shakes. Opposite
Going
matches.
down our sides?
Gray with black, and I'm purple, or gray with purple, and I'm purple with gray.
mean, you're winning. Oh, you get double team?
You're stupid.
Are those new shoes?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's why you put those. Yeah, I like those. I'm lucky they don't fit me. I might have to borrow them.
You carry them at Shields. $50. They outgrow them in one season.
I know. That's why.
That's nice to have this here. Yeah.
That's why so many of those are in, like, some of them look like they hardly got used.
They probably did. Yeah.
Yeah.
If your belly opens up, oh, there it is.
I'm the best in this. And the whole time.
What about small vials?
All right, hey, we got about 20 minutes here to finish up. You guys are ready? Let's
Small vials is pretty good.
get back to work. Get back to top position. Hey, I think we'll do this the same as we did last week, where you kind of find your partner, and then we'll just kind of line up down the red line so everybody's facing the same way. That makes sense? You guys remember last week how we had our partners and we were kind of lined up all the way on the red line? Let's do that again, so everybody's facing the same way. We're gonna go back to top position.
You said we do this.
You got it.
Snap to the ground.
What's in there?
It's correct.
Lining up. Red Bull.
We're doing top position.
All right, hey, so everybody got who they're gonna work with. If we have to go group of three or whatever, that's fine. Oh, okay. All right, so hey, listen, hey, we kind of pick up where we left off last week, right? You guys remember we had Coach Braun in here, and he was showing us the elbow chop breakdown. And so, just as a reminder, for most of our turns, I say most, not all, there's some tills and cradles and things where we don't need to break them down, but especially if you're starting out, you want to get it in your head that we want to break them down and then turn, right? And so last week we went over elbow chop to, that half Nelson is one of the obvious ones that's there. That's on every level that you're going to use that we kind of start with. And so I think what I'll do is I'll just review the two breakdowns, and then we'll drill. I'll let you guys just drill those by yourselves to either go elbow chop. The other one I believe we went over at some point was tight waist and ankle, right? We'll review that. You guys can practice both of them and then go into your half Nelson, and then we'll kind of go from there, okay? So, Coach, I'll have you fix the TV, I think. Okay, and so if you remember, I'm going to start with the tight waist ankle because some of you might not have been here for that one, right? Again, whenever we're breaking down, it's easy. It's sometimes helpful thinking like as a table, right? Trying to get rid of one of the table legs. It's going to be easier for us to flatten them out. And so for the tight waist ankle, just like it sounds, one of my arms is going to be wrapped tight around the waist. The other one's going to be pulling up on this ankle. If you're trying to pull the foot to the booty and drive forward here. So when that referee said, let's say wrestle, right away, the elbow hand comes across underneath, and the belly button hand's going to slide down to wrap the ankle. Okay? Now I got my good power foot lined up here, so I'm in a good position to start driving, break them down. Okay? Now I'm looking for those windows to run my half. Okay? Or trying to get wrist control. That's the tight waist ankle. We'll help you out if you need help. Remember that one. Why don't you face them now? This is how it goes. And then the elbow chop, just like it sounds, it's not really like a big karate chop, right? It's more or less I'm going to be trying to pull this elbow into the ribs, and then this hand underneath kind of becomes like a catcher's mitt, right? Where I'm looking to get this wrist, where we call that far wrist, and then I'm pulling that to get it tighter. I kind of want his wrist over here on his far hip if I can. The other option would be getting that 2-on-1, where same thing, I trap his wrist, but now the hand on the elbow comes underneath and traps his forearm. And at the same time, while we're doing this, I'll be driving forward, right? So, chop, trap the wrist, I'm driving. Once I get them flat, especially if I have this wrist control over here, the only thing opponent can do is post that hand to try to start building back up, and that kind of will be my window to hop over under the armpit, up around the neck, start driving my hat. Now here's important, is that we end up in good pinning position, okay? So usually that means chest to chest. I want to be elbow deep behind his neck, and I'm gonna be up on my toes, okay? If I get to this point and I don't adjust, I end up here, wrist deep and belly to chest, where it's gonna be hard to hold down the rest of it. You probably would just roll through on this, right? And I won't get any points. So once you get them halfway, look, slow it down. There's no rush. Once you get here, you're in business. There's no reason to rush it and not get your points. So now my chest is up high. I'm gonna, with my weight on, so I'm gonna slide it down. You see what I did there? Slide, drop that chest. Now my elbows up there, all this extra space. That's gonna allow me to sink this deep. Drive. Look, it's basically that same position we're in with the whip over. Really dominant, because I got the head controlled and I got this arm trapped. Okay, so when we run this half, right, really make sure that we're not just going here. Drop that chest, sink that elbow, up on my toes. Get those shoulder blades flat. And so let's just drill from there with our partner. How about one wrestler does each one once, okay? So if I'm going right now, Coach will be up. First one I would do, it doesn't matter what order, but I'll do tight waist ankle to a half. Coach gets back on his base. Then I'll go elbow chop to a half, and then we'll switch. Okay, so you do 2 and 2. We'll go through both of those breakdowns so we can help you out. Make sense? All right, let's try it out. Get your partners, spread out. 1, 2. Here we go. Good job, Jelly. Thanks for helping. Power through this. We're almost to the end.
I mean, I'll be down.
So let's get our feet right here.
I'm trying to remember the first one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm sorry.
So you'll chop that arm in. Yep. Get this right forward. And now you're gonna do your half.
Remember, when you're on top, it's like this, right?
All right, so this one's
Now, sink back. So you went a little fast there, right? So once you just start turning her halfway, and sneak it deep.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, and then you like, and then you do this, and then you, yeah.
No. Yep, so basically all you're doing is this. You're gonna switch it. Now, start like this when the referee tells you to get set. As soon as he blows the whistle, you're dropping both hands that way.
That's actually really good.
So you're gonna take your left hand that's on the elbow and go right to the belly. And that hand that's on the belly and go right to the far ankle. You wanna, yeah. And don't be afraid to put your weight on your opponent. As soon as that whistle blows, drop your weight on him. On her. You need to get my
Slow it down though, because look, your wrist is behind her neck.
Correct.
You want that elbow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go ahead and
Kind
get
of
set on top.
One
Okay,
thing.
so
Halfway.
referee blows the whistle. And then from that position, go ahead and lift that ankle, squeeze that tight waist, drive forward, break it down.
Wrap around and touch it over.
Yeah.
You might have to fight to get under there because we teach to lay ankles flat, which is what we want our wrestlers doing when they're on bottom. When you're on top, you gotta get underneath there.
Don't want to reach down.
Drive forward. They're both. This knee goes in the back of the hips to drive forward, but you're pushing off both toes. You want to, when you put your weight on her, you want to be up on your toes. Drive forward. That's what's doing it. Right down.
Take this arm, clear on the belly. This arm, drop it down. And now, push it forward. Go down.
Just go ahead and we're not going live here. So just go ahead and get under the ankles. Now that this right here, you want to get that thing all the way over here. It's a tight. Squeeze it. Drive forward. Drive back. Good. And then as soon as they hit the mat, they're gonna start fighting. And that means they go for that half Nelson.
Good job.
No, I didn't get it. I was like, you want to know.
All right, that's time. Let's keep
That's
moving
my
here.
neck.
I think you guys got the general. Hey, one thing I want to cover here real quick, kind of like I said earlier, I want to cover the second part of this, which would be some half Nelson defense, right? I can always tell at the beginning of a new wrestling tournament, we go to like the first little kids tournaments here, and like a lot of coaches basically into offense, and I can always tell some of the little kids haven't learned half Nelson defense yet because that's what everybody's going to throw on top of the half Nelson. So it's not, it's not super, complicated, right? It's going to be kind of just have to kind of get tough down there in a lot of ways, but there are some little techniques that we can do to help us. The main thing is to try not to get in that position by hand fighting and doing some other things. But let's talk about it real quick, just so you guys kind of know the concept of how to fight a half Nelson too. Okay, and so coach is down here and he's running this half Nelson again. If I can avoid him getting to this part by hand fighting this up, that's the best plan. But if he does get that thing in here and it's starting to run it, here's a couple principles. When I'm teaching little kids, we say, what do we say, coach? Oh, wing down, hip down, look away, right? So what I mean by that is, you'll hear a lot of coaches say, look away, head up, look away, which is true. I don't want to have my head down, and if I look into it, I'm toast, right? So head up and look away goes a long way to help fight it, but that's not going to be enough against, somebody who's really tough on top. And so wing down basically means like sounds. If I'm, have a chicken wing here, I'm going to try to wing down as hard as I can. In some cases, that'll pull it right off if they don't have it in there very deep. And then the other thing I said was hip down. Now this one, I've got to be careful. Sometimes I go back and forth and even mention it because people will take that as going like this and really sitting on their side. And if I really did this, coach would hop over and turn me on the other side real quick. I'd be in trouble. And so go ahead and jump off me, coach. And so when I say hip down, it's just here. Okay, so just slightly putting weight on that hip. I might bend this leg a little bit, but I'm not going all the way to the side. Now I'm halfway to getting pinned, right? So it's just wing down, hip down, look away. He jumps over, tries to do it on the other side, right? Wing down, hip down, look away, fight. And now what will happen a lot of times, come on, coach, is if I do that correctly and everything goes right, this hand will kind of slide down, and with the wing down hand, I'm always trying to try to get hand control. So you start running this half. I'm going to wing down, hip down, look away, and I can usually get a hold of his hand or the wrist at least, kind of hold that so he can't get it back in. Then we start doing something like a knee slide, get to our base and try to get away, right? But these are out of danger from that half. Okay, wing down, hip down, look away. So let's try that just a couple times with our partners. So one wrestler just starts on their stomach, right? One wrestler will start doing the half. You got to recognize that quick. Every second that you hesitate, that thing's going to get deeper, tighter. And this will be the last thing we go over. Go ahead, you'll start doing your half. She can be down. It's right there. So you start doing your half from there. And so you need to wing down, hip down, look away. Yep. Good. Just about that much. Yeah, I mean, you're probably not going to be like this. It's going to be more like this. Right? And then getting your feet. So you want the opposite leg. Your knees. There we go. From here, it's going to get tough.
Okay.
Here. It's getting more like now I'm straight this here. Wing down.
Okay, only do this.
So,
Alright, see it.
we just got out.
Alright.
What do you know?
No, we look
Oh,
like there you go. Now you can slide the knee up.
Oh.
Yeah, that would be the next step. Would be
So just do it.
you're stopped it. You know, this takes a little bit. My straight leg here.
You want it to be
lifting
opposite.
here.
So see how he's going this way. This is like an angle.
So you just want me to do it.
Hey, do a couple more of those. Let me see if you get it. Somebody jump on somebody.
Throw it half.
I'm just trying to really get the thing.
So wing down, get all the way under.
Throw that half in.
Not the shoulder. I want these fingers all the way over here. So get. Wing down. Yeah, you see how I do your shoulder out here? Go down real fast. So this is really, it's going to feel more like this. So you're going to wing down. Look at me. Yeah, and look at him. And I really get that elbow. Wing down. Press that elbow down. Yeah. See how I lost it?
And then you see how your right hip is down? That's, you want that.
Yeah.
Then you're blocking his leverage from that side.
Yeah, that was good. You got to get that in there. Get those hands around all the way down around that neck. So for you, your arms are a little sugar up. Really get in there.
Okay, so I'm on this side, so where is your leg?
Throw the half in first. Whichever. Are you doing a half Nelson on one side?
Yes. You have your arm out.
Yeah, I mean, if we were doing offensive drills, we'd probably want you to get the under diagram wrist control. So, you're blocking this wrist either from that side or from over the top. Sometimes if you can't get there, just take it off the wrist. Sometimes if you can't get it, you just block it there. Because when you try to turn, when you try to throw that Nelson and turn, she's gonna post that hand out to stop you, right? So you want to try to
All right,
block
hey,
that.
time,
You're using this hand to block that.
Hey, so we're gonna do a quick drill here, and then we'll finish up some live. We'll be done for tonight, okay? But here's something I want to talk about, kind of while we're on this topic, is you know, one thing that you should really be looking for. I'll go ahead and go down, Coach. Is a lot of times if something gets stopped on one side, it opens up a window on the other side, okay? And so what I want to drill here is I will start to do a half Nelson on this side. Coach is going to wing down, hip down, look away. But in doing that, he's going to post this other hand up and create a window for me. I'm going to recognize that, okay? And I'm going to hop my body over and throw a half on the other side, okay? And so you'll kind of get the picture here. Now, this will be a little advanced, but if you remember, and some of you guys will figure it out, when he wing down, hip down, look away, one thing I'm going to do, use this opportunity to let go of the neck here, and I'm going to tap his wrist. I'm going to hold it in his chest here. Now, so this is kind of advanced, so if you want to try that, do that. Otherwise, just don't worry about grabbing the wrist, but I'm going to jump over now and do the half on the other side, okay? So that's the other reason it's important when you wing down and everything, you're not going too crazy with it because they can hop over and do it on the other side, okay? So I'll be fighting it. Coach is going to wing down, hip down, look away. Wing down, coach. Right there. And now I kind of got an angle. Hop over here. If I get that wrist fine, if not, I'll block. Boom, boom, boom. And recognize that half on the other side. Now, I'm going to save Coach the spot to have to tell you. You guys may or may not have heard of a move called a full Nelson, right? We're doing half Nelson. Full Nelson's illegal, okay? So if I'm going to hop over and do it on the other side, this hand can't still be up there. It can't be even having it up here, right, Coach?
They can't both be on the back.
Okay. So
You don't even really want to play with it though.
But that one's not all the way off. I can't come here. That'll be a penalty, right? So I got to pull one all the way out.
Throw in a complete full Nelson. Throw that in so they can see it. This move right here is illegal. That's called a full Nelson. But the rule book says that you can't even have them both in. I mean, your fingers can't even overlap. So it's not illegal just if you throw the full thing. It's illegal if they even touch.
So just be careful when we're practicing this. Those fights in. All right, that hands all the way out before I jump over. Good. Hey, let's just drill that a couple times each wrestler, and then about 2 minutes from now we'll get going some lines. It's all good. Okay. All right, 1, 2. So now you're gonna hop over. It's called hop over half. Start on one side.
Let's go down. I just didn't know if it was both hands.
You're gonna get a
Not my arm. Yeah. I know, like, try to get.
You don't want your hip on the shoulder, but you want to be on the back of the neck.
You can pull your arm out, that's fine.
Someone try to bring it up.
Go ahead and throw a half down. Let's just throw a half down. Okay, so you're going to be trying to drive, and you're going to wing down and look away, right? Wing down, hit down, look away. Now jump to the other side, throw a half in, try to get on the other side, wing down. If you're drilling live,
Yeah.
for the purposes of this, let her hop back and forth and try to throw the half from each side a few times. And every time she throws the half, just wing down, hit down, look away. So now hop to the other side. See how that window's open there? Good. Wing down, hit down, look away. Good. Back and forth. And that's why you want to be up on your toes so that you can get from side to side real quick. You don't want to be completely on your hips like this. You want to be nimble and agile. Chest pushing down.
Arm not trapped in there. You're laying on your forearm. I think you're really.
Alright.
Just draw a half.
Half on one side, hop over.
Wing down, hip down, look away. Hop to the other side. Throw the half on the other side. When she wings down, looks away. Hop to the other side. Try to get in the other side. Wing down, hip down, look away. Good. Other side. The key when you're wrestling live, if you got two wrestlers, one's good at offense and one's good at defense, whoever wins is going to be the one that just keeps trying and keeps pushing and doesn't give up and wears the other one down. And eventually, somebody's going to get them.
All right, so start doing half. You see, open up that window. Good. So you got to recognize. Yeah. All right, hey, that's time. Okay, I don't want to run out of time, so let's get some live in. I think what we'll do is, we'll switch it up, right? A couple different partners. But the first one, we'll start neutral, and probably go for a minute, and then we'll get a new partner, and then we'll go probably some referee position with that partner. A couple of those, okay? One on top, one on bottom. So find somebody who's a good matchup for you to start, go live. And then spread out nice and big so we got lots of space here.
Nothing like that.
Ready to go? All right.
Yeah, why don't y'all get in the middle?
You're fine. You're fine.
And if they get stuck or no one's improved, I'm just putting back and put somebody at advantage or something. All right, so hey, got started on a good stance, right? Most important thing in wrestling is being in good positions. Get low. Those hands out front. Try to think of some of the stuff, right? I know you guys hey, listen, the other thing is when you start wrestling live, I'm not going to give you guys the big lecture, but it's time you got to get serious, right? This is where you're training for what you're going to do if you go out in the mat, and you'll realize real soon that it's sometimes like something that you play or mess around at when you go out and compete. There's people out there that'll rip your head off, right? So you got to, I'm not exaggerating, try to get your mind right and get intense here when we go live in the room, otherwise it's going to carry over, okay? So get set, get ready, try to use the techniques we've been talking about as best you can. Use your hands right, stay in good position, and wrestle. Keep those wrists. There you go, girls. Good attack. Draw. Keep wrestling there. Just wrestle through the position. Oh, good snap. Oh. Get around. Sneak up on top. Sneak up on top of her. There you go. Get in there. Make contact. Get those wrists. Get those double biceps. Push and roll it. All right, why don't we start over here? Hey, make contact. Okay, the only way you're going to learn is to get in there and make contact. Nice attack. Keep working both of you. You got it. Your stomach. Get your back, on your back, belly. Push and pull. Make contact. Remember that head bicep, push and pull. There we go. Find that chin and arm. Hey, with an accident. Accident. Yeah, you hurt her. She did not. Okay. 3, 2, 1, time. All right, let's just stay with these partners for one more here. Here's your only choices are going to be top or bottom though, so not neutral. And I'll let you do a real quick rock paper scissors. Whoever wins gets to choose to be top position or bottom position. The referees. So hurry up, figure it out. We'll start in about 10 seconds. Quickly. All right. All right. So bottom wrestler, get set. Remember, not a lot of weight on our hands. Right. Get those shoelaces down. All right, hey, get set down here. Someone's on top, someone's on bottom. There we go. Bottom wrestler set. Top wrestler's on. Okay, we're gonna go 45 seconds and we'll switch. And wrestle. Some elbow chops. Sideways ankles. A little whip over there. Whip over. Right arm underneath. Yeah. All right, hey, last one here. Now we'll switch. The other wrestler will start on top. I guess that rock paper scissors didn't make that much. So other wrestlers on top, other wrestlers on bottom. This is your last one. We'll go a minute here. We're already over time. We're having fun, right? Time flies. Who do you guys both? Oh, so you guys didn't know who was. Remember, good position every time. Get that power foot lined up. Good. Hey, I'm sorry. You just got the foot. You girls, get on quick. Ready, wrestle. Forward, top wrestler. Forward. Keep going forward. Top. Forward. Someone gets stuck. I'm just starting over. You really can look at it.
No, I can't do that. Hey. Don't go to the side. Keep your weight on. Don't pull at me. When you break it down, you went straight to the side of her. Just keep your weight on. All right. And then don't pull her back on you. Like you just tried. You want to, don't ever do that. Like I told her earlier, don't pull her back on you because even if it knows anything, we'll just reverse it on you. You're on your back.
Time. Hey, awesome job. Your partner fist bump. Let's just walk it around here. Get our breath. Get our breathing back down. Good job, scratching.
Walk away.
Come out.
All right, hey, listen up. Hey, before we get going, right? Good job to everyone. The effort is cool to see you guys, and some of the stuff started to come back. I can tell, it's starting to be more familiar the more you do it. So good job. We got 2 more of these. Hopefully, most of you guys can get back, get a couple more in, and then it'll be time for you guys to to get down to business, I guess, on the high school scene, you guys that are gonna wrestle. Before we break it down, I did promise a quick sharks and minnows. So everyone's gotta play one quick game, or else I'm gonna get in trouble by the little ones, and then then we'll be free to go, okay? So hey, it's gotta run the other side, that'll be tagged. Coaches, will be sharks here. All right, remember, no jumping, no screaming. All right, minnows, go.
No kicking us in the face.
There you go.
You gotta get across now.
Sharks back it up. Minnows, go.
That's enough for you guys.
Anybody left? That's right, minnows, go.
Get them, get them.
It's not looking good, girls.
Off the mat is,
Hey, that's it, guys. Good job today. Thanks for coming. Good work. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. See you next week. You all right, Em? What did you do? Holding your finger? Oh, you're holding your finger.
So you took your piece. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Good job. Thank you. Good work.
I talked a lot of other games.
Thank you.
They're like, yeah, it's a bit.
Thank you.
It's not that bad. You just have a short amount of time. Like it always feels like you're like racing out of time. All right. Thank you.
All right. Good job. Good job. I know. Yeah, you came back in and helped some more. That's good.
Oh, sorry.
That's good job. They're ready.
Hey, where did you come back so I can?
Good job today. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna go home.
hanging.
Yeah. You grab one of the grab one of the little strings and put them against Put them against Martha. Martha, we're finding this piece. What if we did our time box? Okay, you know how like.
How are you?
Where are you from?
From Burke.
Oh, okay. Have you been in here yet?
Oh, last time.
Okay, I couldn't remember. Okay. Well, good. I'm glad you're here. Bulldogs.
You're here with your little sister.
Oh, okay. That's right. I remember now. All right, man. Keep yourself. I'm gonna go.
Let's go home and rest it.
I still want.
We'll see.
Hey, thank you. Good job. Good work. Good work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll look at tomorrow night. See who.
I know there's.
Is that Jose?
One, yeah, maybe two people.
Yeah, good job. Hey, Noel. So proud of you coming
I'll
out
look
these
for
and
tomorrow.
getting some work in, have a good attitude. You know, I like those shoes. Those are dance shoes. They look kind of fancy.
Going out shoot.
Nothing wrong with that. All right, well, hey, keep working on those twists and turns, man. You're gonna be on the stage someday. You should, really should. Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
I'll go. I just texted my mom.
See you next weekend.
All right, yep, sounds good. Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Jake.
Good night.
You guys have a good night. Thanks for coming. See you next week.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Yeah, thank you. You too. Good job tonight. Don't forget your stuff. Hey, is this somebody's
Yeah, teacher, don't forget.
Don't forget, is this someone's knee pad? This isn't any of your guys's? No. Okay. Add it to the basket.